So it's just a quick video on how to clean screens. Here we've got an exterior mounted screen. If you look here, you look close, you'll see a lot of dirt build up here. This is the bottom of the frame here. You can tell generally with this sticker here. You can see a lot of grime built up in this upper edge on here. This screen has been replaced just recently, but a lot of times these screens, these exterior mounted screens, collect a ton of dust just on the screen. So anyway, so we're gonna clean this screen real quick. I'll kind of show you what we do. I'm gonna step back to my bucket here. Exterior mounted screens, we're always gonna go over it with soap and water, and then we're gonna dry it with a towel. We're gonna wipe the frames using our thumb on the towel to get in this upper edge here, to get around here, to get just behind here, best we can do. Screen itself, it's a fiberglass screen. It's got this spline in here. Sometimes when we're cleaning screens, this spline can push out here. The screen will pop out. We can usually just use our finger or a small screwdriver just to gently push that spline back in. Other than that, we're cleaning screens. Want to be careful of these little plungers here. There's a few different colors of them. There's also plungers that, let's see here, that are different than this. They're metal. They're fixed in the screen. They pull out, push back in. Sometimes those can fall out. Want to be careful when we're cleaning it not to hit these plungers. Sometimes it can be a little brittle. They can break. Top of the screen. Some of the exterior mounted screens have plungers on the top, or they're just a fixed prong just like this without this little deal on the bottom. Got to be careful when we're cleaning the screens not to hit those and break them. Again, they just get brittle over time. Exterior mounted screens usually are the worst. They get, just with the sun and stuff, the screening material, the fiberglass screening material, these plastic deals just get brittle. Anyways, so I'll show you what the process is. So we get our mop wet, go over the screen. Again, watching out for that plunger. I'm using my foot down here. You can't really see it, but I got the screen on my foot, so the screen doesn't slide on any cement or anything. I'm very gently pushing on the top. These frames can be flimsy, and if they bend, really can't. Once they bend, it's difficult to get them to bend back. So we have to be kind of ginger with these sort of things. Whether we're pushing, got pressure on the top or on the sides or whatever. I usually rest the bottom of the screen on the ground if they've got these little deals, not the top. That way I don't break one off. So once I clean the screen itself, I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to take the mop, and I'm going to go over. I'm just going over the frame of the screen, getting the top edge of this here, the front edge of that. Flipping the screen around, I've just got it in my hand, going over the sides. I'm going to go over this deal here on the bottom. Really collects a lot of dirt between the screen and the window. And that top edge I pointed out earlier, down here on the bottom, top little deal. I'm going to go across that with my mop too. Same thing on the outside of the frame. Hit it with the mop. A lot of times you just get it wet. Then the soap and such will work, and we use our towel. We'll go over it again. So here, now watch this. So I want to avoid doing this with the top of the screen that has these. If they're not there, it doesn't matter as much. I'm just going to take the screen, and I'm just going to give it a little tap on the ground, both sides. It helps get a chunk of the water off, because we're obviously now using our towels to kind of go over the screen. So I'm gently going over the frames. I'm gonna clean the screen itself. I'm gonna go side to side, and then up and down. And the reason I'm doing that is screens, it's tough to get all the dirt out of screens, especially these exterior mounted screens. A lot of times what happens is once the screen dries, you'll see some lines from our towel. So I'll go both ways. That'll help manage that issue. The last thing I want to do, you got this bottom edge here, and I use my mop on it. They got most of the dirt off, as you can see. You see some dirt in the corner there, some dirt on the edges. I want to do the best I can to get that out. And it doesn't take much. It's just folding the towel over. Kind of go all along it, like all along that little edge like that. There. Perfect. You know, it's not always going to look perfect. And as we're going to put the screens back in, you can kind of double check them. I mean, if you see something, obviously, understanding what the point is, what we're doing here. We're cleaning people's windows. We want things to look clean when we're done. I want them to feel that they're getting, quality service and with care. So, we go to put the screens back in, just like anything. We're going through a house, double checking things, putting furniture back, blinds, have a towel in our pocket, and we'll look at these screens as we're putting them on. If we see something, wipe it off. If it's already in, and we're walking through and closing blinds. If we see something, if we see this edge isn't clean very good, just take a towel real quick. Oftentimes it takes 10-15 seconds just to open up a window and just real quick, fold the towel over and wipe it. So, thank you, and that's Cleaning Screens 101.